Hey everyone, we're back for another workout of the day. Today is 5 rounds for time, so make sure you mark down your times, weights, and movements. It's called Candy Cane. 5 cleans, 15 V-ups, 20 lunges. It could be weighted or non, we'll go over that. 15 bar hops, and 5 handstand push-ups. So we're gonna go through all those movements and the modifications, and then you can get started. Okay, so the first movement we're going to do is going to be the clean. So if you're working with the barbell, we'll go over that first. If you've never done a clean with a trainer, I suggest not starting by yourself right now. But we're going to go over the clean movement, and you're going to set up at the bar. You're going to make sure that you're nice and close to the bar. You want to be touching the bar when you go to clean. You're going to take your thumb and make it about a thumb width away from the smooth part of the bar. You're going to come down and you want to come down and set yourself up for success. So what I mean is you want to make sure that everything is tight and engaged before you go ahead and start lifting up the bar. That's going to help prevent injury, which is number one thing we want to worry about. So we're going to be about hip width apart with our feet, our toes slightly pointed outward. We're going to make sure that everything is engaged. It means our legs, our core, our shoulders. We want to be looking forward, back straight. We're going to come down, and as we kind of set up at the bar, we're going to engage everything. And we're going to use our leg drive to pull up the barbell. So we're not lifting the barbell with our arms. We're pushing into the ground with our legs. Our feet should be planted. And we're going to come up, and as we drive up, the barbell is going to, we want our arms kind of loose, but our shoulders tight. The barbell is going to naturally pop up with that leg drive, that leg force straight up. And as it pops up, we're gonna start to allow our elbows to come up. So only when we've fully extended, that's when our arms start to bend. And as we come up, we're gonna quickly get those elbows through at the top, and it should be resting. You're not holding, you're resting on your shoulders at the top. So it's going to look like this. We're going to engage, everything's tight, I'm looking forward, and leg drive up and pop through. So again, the pull should look kind of like this. And then through at the top. We want quick elbows to get the quicker we get there through, the more we can kind of get ourselves situated, and then stand all the way up at the top. So that's the quick version of the clean with the barbell. If you don't have a barbell, or you're not ready to use a barbell, we have several options as we laid out them in front of me. Okay, so first option, we have our dumbbell, and it's going to be 5 on each arm. So we're going to do a hang clean. So important thing to know about a hang clean, we want to make sure that our elbows aren't pulled forward. We want to make sure we're pulled back and everything is straight. And we're going to come down. Our knees are coming out. And we're going to slide the dumbbells down our leg to our knee. And then leg drive up, pop up at the top. And you notice when I catch, and same thing with the barbell, I'm coming down into a quarter squat to catch. This helps us meet the weight, so we're not having to pull it all the way up. Important thing is, again, leg drive up. We want to make sure we're getting up at the top. We don't want to swing. We're swinging the dumbbell, and make sure we're coming straight up and down. And same thing with the barbell. It should be straight up and down. We don't want to be coming out. Everything should be, the barbell, any weight that we're using should be close and touching the whole time. With the barbell, you do want your shirt to kind of come up. That's how close it should be to you. So another movement, again, it's going to be 5 on each arm. You can use a kettlebell. So now with the kettlebell, you really want to make sure the movement's smooth, because if the movement isn't smooth, you're going to hit the back of your wrist. So we're gonna set up, kettlebell should be in the middle. You're gonna come down, again, keep those shoulders back, back straight, come down, and you're going to pull, drive up. So pull, pull, flip over, but it should be a smooth transition so you're not bruising those wrists with the kettlebell. Now, if you're wearing some sort of watch that's monitoring your movements, I suggest either not wearing the watch if you're using the kettlebell, because you don't want to break your watch when you flip over. Okay, so another movement, you can use a med ball. So you do med ball cleans. We're going to grab it with 2 hands, and it's going to be essentially the same movement. We're going to use our leg drive, arm pop, and come through, but we're going to catch it on the bottom. So we're going to catch, come down, touch, catch. Or if you don't have a med ball, but you do have a slam ball, it's usually the opposite, but if you can also use the slam ball. Just keep in mind you're coming down a little bit further to meet the ball. Same movement, come, squat. So those are all of the things that you can do a clean with. Pick one accordingly. The next movement is going to be our V up. So with our V up, we're going to come with our hands and our feet at the same time into a nice V position. Modifications, knees, alternating. Leg lifts. Now with the leg lifts, keep in mind, we don't want to just be exercising our hip flexors here. We really want our abs engaged. So keep your head off the ground, keep a nice engaged stomach, and really concentrate on squeezing your stomach as you're lifting your legs up. The next movement is going to be our lunge. So move some of this stuff out of the way. So with our lunge, you can either lunge forward or you can lunge backwards. So the choice is yours. So lunging forward, we're gonna come down, we're gonna be in a 90-degree angle, come back up. The lunge back, you're gonna come back into, the front leg comes into a 90-degree angle. And feel free to switch back and forth each round. So now and also make sure we're keeping nice and straight upward with our core, back, everything should be straight. So you can use just the body lunge, body weight lunge for this workout, or if you want to challenge yourself, you can add some weight. So if you want to use a dumbbell, again, when you are coming in that forward lunge with the weight, make sure you're really pushing in with that forward foot back. And if you're coming back, you're going to kind of push off that back foot to come up. You can also use suitcase carry with 2 dumbbells, but really make sure you're pulling those shoulders back. Don't let those weights pull you forward. We want nice straight back, nice tight shoulders backwards. The next movement is going to be our bar hop. So if you're using barbell for the clean, this will work for you. If not, we'll go over the other movements as well. So we're just gonna do 2 feet. We're not galloping. No galloping over the bar. We use 2 feet, jump over, and we want to try to keep the movement going. We don't want to do 1 rest, 1 rest. We want to try to keep them going for all 15 bar hops. So if you're not using a barbell, it's okay. You can use one of the other things. If you're using a dumbbell, you know, it's just not as high. And same thing with the kettlebell. You can jump over the kettlebell or your wall ball. So yeah, those are the movements. The last but not least is going to be our handstand push-up. So we're going to go through the modifications first, and then I'll show you on the wall how it looks, what to do, kipping versus no kipping. Okay, so obviously if you're not ready to do a handstand push-up, we can do regular push-ups. So I'll show you sideways first. We want our hand underneath our shoulder. So our hands are going to be shoulder width apart. Again, underneath, supporting, everything supporting. You're going to be in a straight plank position, and you're going to come down into that nice push-up. And I'll show you forward. As well. Modifications. You can do a modified push-up on your knees. Same thing. We want our hands underneath our shoulders. Come down into that nice push-up. So now we can work our way up a little bit more. If you're ready for a little bit of challenge, you can do a pike push-up. So we're gonna be our butt's going to be up in the air into this weird position. We want to be underneath our shoulders, and we're going to come down and we're going to touch our head between our hands here. So we don't want to be coming out, we want to be coming down. And this kind of simulates the kind of upside down portion of the hand. Okay, so another modification for a handstand push-up would be utilizing a box. So depending on how hard you want to make it, you can make the box lower, you can make the box higher. Obviously the higher the box, the harder it's going to be. So again, we want to do that kind of nice piked push-up that we just saw. We're going to have our hands, again, underneath our shoulders. Now, the further we walk in and the more we put our butt up, the harder it's going to be as well. So when we come down, we want to touch our head between our hands. So we're going to kind of come forward as we come down. You can also use the wall ball to kind of get a little bit higher as well, or you can stack some plates too. So now we move to the actual wall. Now you can actually stack some plates to put your head to so it's not as far, or use an ab mat or any other kind of cushion. I think people have, you know, like those yoga blocks or whatever. You can put that down too, so you're not having to come all the way down to touch the ground. So we're going to kind of cartwheel ourselves onto the wall, like so. And as we can do a strict push-up, so we're going to be nice and tall and straight. We're going to come down without using anything but our arms, or we can do a kipping push-up. So we come down, put our head on the ground, come down into an upside down sitting position, and you're going to kick and push at the same time to use that drive to come up on the wall. So that is all of the modifications for the handstand push-up. So good luck and let me know how you did.